Skadden is a global law firm. We have around 1,800 lawyers and we operate in 23 offices around the globe. I think it's fair to say we'd be described as a mainstream corporate or commercial law firm, and we service clients all around the financial centres of the world. Our primary focus on helping non-profit organisations, social enterprise, NGOs, is through the provision of pro bono services, or providing legal services without charging, without fee. We try to find pro bono projects that leverage those existing skills. We think that's a very natural fit. And Hong Kong charities have no access to the legal aid system in Hong Kong. We view pro bono legal services as a basic right and responsibility of lawyers in society to benefit communities. Our first contact with Crossroads was at a CSR level, so we had staff and their families volunteering out at the Global Village site, which in addition, one of the senior partners of the firm and in fact our head of pro bono did the 24-hour refugee simulation project, which I think he was very moved by. And I think following that, those instances, it became a matter of when we could work with Crossroads on a legal platform as opposed to if. And I guess really what happened next was they presented to us some concerns and questions they had on a particular issue, and we jumped at the opportunity to develop with them the response and the answer to their questions. It's been a very rewarding and very collaborative project. I think I'd describe it as a project that perhaps when we started we weren't really sure of how large the project was going to become. But we soon realised that it couldn't be a static project. We couldn't just find an answer and then the matter was done. This type of regulatory environment needs to be fluid. The regulation changes, but I think also the organisation's needs and desires change. So we ended up, perhaps unconsciously, developing more of a cultural change. And as a result, they know how to operate at a sort of superior level of regulatory compliance. People in the business community are looking to see what we're doing on a pro bono level. What communities are we servicing and assisting? So it does have an immediate impact in our business relationships. To be able to give those services back to the community is highly rewarding. Is that it gives the individual attorney a great deal of self-satisfaction. And from an individual perspective, and I can speak to this, have I spent many hours working for NGO clients, is that you can see the impact of your work quite immediately, very directly. You get a really strong sense that the person that you are giving the advice to really needs it. It gets you connected to the community. You know, you can sit in your corporate world and be very, very busy and obviously work very long hours for many of the attorneys in these firms, but this gets you just a different level of exposure, and you build different relationships and you open your heart and your mind to the issues around the world. Crossroads is probably one of the larger NGOs that we work with in terms of staff numbers. So it's been tremendously rewarding and actually educational for our staff. We've had the opportunity to work with so many different individuals, and they have such the depth in their resourcing and their staffing that's enabled us to do that. Crossroads does all the hard work. We really play a very small role in their mission to improve the lives of people around the world. And if we can help them, then we're helping the world in need. To quote Malcolm and Sally Begbie themselves, that it's the collaborative effort. I think they've said that the more of us who come together, the more we will together be able to impact a world that is dying for help.